Well, here we are once again in this place. So, I sent my sisters a video of Mel Robbins, and it's just called "Let Them." It's a theory. It's nothing new at all. It's something that we've all probably done or incorporated in our lives somehow or another. To me, it's basically setting boundaries with people. But the theory, matter of fact, we could just play it. Where's your phone? So we could just play it. And now insert the video.
So I've been using this thing called the let them theory. I love this. I want you to try it. Here's how it works. The next time you feel left out, your friends all go out to brunch together and they don't invite you. Let them. Or maybe the person you're dating doesn't want a commitment. Let them. Or perhaps your spouse does not want to do the 5K with you. Let them. Your company is laying people off. Let them. You spend so much time and energy trying to control other people and getting emotionally worked up about things that are beyond your control. You can tap into peace and true control if you let them be themselves. And here's the other thing. If you let them, people will then reveal who they truly are. And when they reveal who they truly are to you, you now know what you can choose next that's right for you. So let them.
Yay! Stop it. So, I know I've been doing that. And people be like, oh my gosh, sure, you don't get mad about this, and you don't and these people let you down, I let them. Like, it's super simple. I don't get mad about a lot of things. I don't get frustrated about a lot of things. I just let people be who they are. And I feel like it's a superpower. To just let people be who they are. To think logically. I think that's like two things that I handle very well when it comes to my bubble. The world of Cheryl is what I would call it.
World of Cheryl.
So I think that those are two things that, what do y'all think, or how have y'all implemented that theory that she just said? Even though, like I said, we've been doing it forever, but I just came across it. So how do y'all implement that into your life specifically?
Okay. Well, as for me, just like Cheryl, I have my little bubble, and I definitely let them. When I'm not big on friction. I'm too old for it. I'm not in high school. It comes a point in time in your life where you either grow or you gotta go. And if you're not gonna be moving in a positive direction, then yeah, you're not moving anywhere, or you're gonna try to pull me with you. So I'd rather let them be. People have a tendency to say you disappear. I don't disappear. God just removes you from my circle.
Say it again, girl.
I don't have no reason to run or hide.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I have been elevated, and He's placed me in a position to be alone, to be focused, or to be doing what I need to be doing, which is focusing on me or focusing on my family or whatever the case may be. And that allows me to let them be. I can honestly say, like, there was a time Cheryl and I had a tiff, and we stopped speaking.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't her fault.
And it wasn't my
a third
fault.
party.
Yeah, there was a third party, and we literally stopped speaking. And it hurt. I mean, that thing, it hurt to the bone, because that's my best friend. That's my rider. Like, it 3:00 in the morning, I know she's up. So I know that I can call her for whatever the case may be. And to not be able to have that at a point in time when I needed it the most, it hurt. And then it came around, something happened, and I think you got mail at the house or whatever. And I had to call. And I was scared, because it was like, this is my best friend. I'm a Gemini. She's a Leo. We gonna definitely bump, But she knows me just as well as I know her. And we had to have that time, you know what I mean, to actually let that person go. And that's what happened. Because God will remove people.
Amen.
He will remove, and He removed. Baldy scalded, but we're going to keep
Oh,
going.
true.
Yeah, I remember when she called, she said, she was trying to keep it, like, really cordial.
Yep.
She was just like, hey, I received some mail and stuff from the house or whatever. And at first, my Leo brain was just like, girl. And I was just like, yeah, we ain't finna hang up like this. So what happened?
Yep.
Because I didn't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she had just, you know, I don't be chasing nobody. So I was just like, I don't know. But then I seen them hanging. And I was just like, that's weird. But whatever. Just whatever. So then I kind of got a whiff of whatever. And then I was just like, so what's going on? And she was like, huh? I was just like, what's up? Tell me something. I said, you've been my best friend for forever, so you need to talk to me and let me know what's going on. If you don't want to talk to me no more, that's fine. And she was like, no, that's not it. Such and such said this about this and that. And I'm like, girl, I've never said anything to this girl about you. Period.
Wow.
But it was so much of that going on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it was just like, and she was the common denominator in all of that.
Wow.
And because I had lost friends before, when I had moved to Vegas with Jamal, I lost friends before. People started talking to me before. Because as soon as I left, everybody started saying, oh, I said this about them and I did this. And I'm like, I don't be talking about people. So what are y'all talking about? Long as y'all been around me, who have I talked about?
Exactly. Nobody have time for that.
They're never a factor in my mind. They never occupy that much space in my brain for me to be like, girl,
Exactly.
did you hear that? I've never been a gossiping type. When
Never.
people start gossiping and talking about people, normally I walk away. You know what I'm saying? If somebody has something and I want to add some relevancy to it, or I want to defend that person, then I go ahead and say, speak my piece. But outside that, it's never a powwow with me. That stuff gets very aggravating. And that's why I was just like, okay, I'm so good for cutting people off and letting people go. It was just like, Cheryl, when you have somebody real, you need to say something. Even my other friend who I used to be with all the time, I don't know if y'all remember a girl named Melissa. She was like Trinidadian or something like that. And me and her, we was good. But, you know, when the whole thing happened with Melody falling off the back of the truck and all that other stuff, it made me look at her in a different light. Because I'm like, you don't care about the safety of my child.
Exactly.
So that's where the issue with me and her came up. And I didn't look at her the same. But I didn't brush off either because she is an amazing person. When I say she's a good person, she's a really, 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 really good person. But when certain things come into factor, I was just like,
it's time to let them go, especially when it comes to your family, it comes to your children, it comes to anything. Sometimes you do have to separate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If God wants them to be placed back into your life, then He will bring them back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And in the time when you need them the most. However, there comes a point in time where you have to let them.
You got to give
you
space.
grow up and you grow apart.
Yeah, you have to give
space.
And that was another thing because I was just like, even after that, me and her opened a clothing boutique together. And the agreement was because my salon was on one end, the boutique was on the other end. I'm like, I can't be in two places at the same time. But since you're doing real estate, you can run your real estate office out of the boutique. You can have the back part of the boutique, have the real estate office, and then the front part, you know. And she was like, okay, cool. And that blew up as well.
Exactly.
So when that wasn't going as fast as she wanted, I'm like, we're a new boutique. I'm getting business in here, people coming in, but not at the rate that you want, not at the turnover you want to see, but you've never been an entrepreneur either.
Exactly.
So you have to you're looking at my salon and comparing the two businesses, and it's not the same thing.
And it's not the same.
So I'm like, okay, so she was just like, okay, well, just pay me my money back that I put into the boutique, and I just, we'll just split ways.
But see, that's the thing. People don't understand.
It still don't work that way.
It really doesn't. When you
It still
become
don't
an
work that
entrepreneur
way.
or a business owner, you have to put in.
Yeah.
That's blood, sweat, and tears.
That's
you
what
know
I
what
said.
I mean?
Either we sell the business as a whole and we split it, or we both just take a loss.
Exactly.
And she just chose to take the loss, but she stopped speaking to me because of that too. Me personally, I'm not gonna lose a friendship over something monetary. That's always been me. Like, we're not gonna fall out because of money and all that stuff. I've had people literally stop talking to me because they owe me money, not because
How they beat you mad? How you beat me mad and you owe me? I'm gonna need you not
Guess
to
what?
beat me mad.
I let them.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
let them.
That's
I was like,
fine.
okay. You don't
It's
want to
all
talk to me
good.
anymore because you owe me money. Cool.
It's all
Now
good.
I just know not to ever like lend you money.
Yeah.
Like that's our approach. I would take our friendship ain't gonna change, but I know you're not responsible enough for me to let you borrow money and you pay me back in a timely manner. So cool, we can still be friends, but just don't ask for no money.
Exactly.
It's really simple. But
You move different.
people don't want to do that.
know?
They want to use you for what they think that you have and get everything from you, and then they go on to the next person. I call those people leeches, but I let them leeches be. Let them do them. So go ahead, girl. What about you? How you let them? What you cheesing for?
How I let them work?
Let them.
How do you
Oh,
let people
that's
let
all
them?
day. Bye. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to stay, stay. I can't make either way, but I think the bigger thing for me is separating the my responsibility of the situation and their responsibility of the situation. Because when you invest so much, you want to see some kind of return.
Correct.
So if
Reciprocity.
yeah, so if I'm like, man, I was there for you, I was this, I was that, I was whatever, and I don't get it back. Sometimes when you're not paying attention, subconsciously you're like, I deserve it. I deserve it back from this person because I gave it to that person. Not looking at the full picture of you put it out there in the atmosphere, it's going to return to you anyway.
Anyway, exactly.
You're going to go into some kind of reserve in your bank before it actually come back, but it will come back. So once you start paying attention to that, it's a lot easier to just let them go.
Yeah, my mama
And be
told
that's
me
fine.
that.
Exactly.
Me too.
Yeah, she was just like, well, because when I was going through it with your mom, I was just like, nah, I done put all this money into him and his business, and I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna get my. My mom was like, yeah, you gonna get it back, but who said it gotta be from him?
Right.
Exactly.
I was like,
Right.
And
I want it back from him. She's like, that ain't how it works,
That's
baby.
not how it works.
That ain't
Yeah.
how it works, baby. She's like, you just sow the seed, you wait for the harvest. It might not
That's
come in that
it.
season.
That's right.
He's that season right now, so it might not be that season, but it'll come in
It-
due time. And I was just like, cool. As soon as I let it go, that's when the money started flowing.
and see, that's the
was
truth.
like,
I mean,
wow.
Daddy used to always tell me, you can't get blood from a turnip.
You sure
Yeah.
can.
You can't get blood from a turnip. So either you're gonna leave that turnip alone
Mm-hmm.
and keep it moving, or you're gonna sit there and try to hold on to that turnip. But you ain't gonna get no blood out of it. Like, you gotta know when to let go. You gotta know when to cut your losses. Trying to hold on and trying to make things work and try to, you can't make nothing.
No.
You know what I mean? The only person you can change is yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah.
The only person you're responsible for is yourself. You know, when your kids come of age to know right from wrong,
There.
let them.
Yeah.
Let
Now,
them.
see, that's
a word.
that's
for
the
itself.
feathers though nobody want to ruffle.
You know, you have to let
'Cause that's
them.
my baby.
That's my baby.
my-
But you know what? My baby can bust hell wide open just as sure as I can.
Yeah.
You know, and it comes a point in time where you can't be Captain Save a Hole for everybody.
Yeah.
You can't be, you know, and it's the matter of making sure that the values that you were that were given to you, and the things that were instilled in you, whether it be a one-parent household, a multi-family parent household, whether it just been you, you know, you take those values and those lessons learned, you apply them to your children, and you can only hope and wait to see if they
they're
reap
gonna-
the harvest of that.
Right.
You know, and it may take a few little knocks on the head. It may take some ups and downs because as
Just like it did for
we
you.
grow, generations change.
Yeah.
And we know this generation now is strictly about the phone. If it ain't Snapchat, Twitter, X, you know,
Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
they don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The world could be blowing
Nor
up.
do
on
they
one
care
side.
about it.
And they could care less.
And I was just like, wow, really?
Mhm.
Like, if it's not social media worthy, it's not worthy of anything.
Anything.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why the world almost shut down when TikTok got banned for 12 hours.
Exactly.
I'm like,
I
y'all
mean,
don't-
people were about to jump off the curb because TikTok was shutting down.
And it's not
Somebody
funny.
did.
You know,
yeah.
yes.
That one guy.
See?
He did commit suicide.
I mean, and it's crazy because that just goes to show you that, yes, if you've built a career on it, I understand that. But understand, God will still bless you, you know what I mean, for your fruits of labor. However, I'm not fixing to. I can't see myself. You know, back 2019, 2018, when the economy collapsed and people was killing themselves, husbands was killing the wives and the whole family dying because they didn't have no 401k and all of this. No, I can't see that. So, you know, you get to a point where you realize, okay, you gotta let things be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the question is how. So we know how we do it. How do you explain? How do you give somebody the guide? If you had an ebook of how to let them,
I do.
what would?
And I do.
Well, give us some tidbits, some pointers of what's the first step.
The very first step is to realize how valuable you are. That's the very, very, very beginning. If you feel like you don't have any value, then you're going to let people take you up and through there. They're going to turn you every which way but
single
loose.
Every single time.
Until you realize how much value you have. And I used to say that so much in my last relationship. So much in my last, and I was just like, you don't have any value to you. You give yourself to anybody. That's why you cheating and all this stuff like that. Like, you don't value yourself at all. Not with your business, not with your finances, not with your health, like nothing. And then you encounter somebody who, like me, who do, and now you want to have an attitude with me because I don't want to do all the things that you want to do. Or I don't want to handle things the way you think I should handle them. I'm not going to get upset by the choice someone made because that's what they feel is necessary at the time.
Exactly.
That's their mindset.
So how do you evaluate the value that you think you have versus the value you actually have? And then how do you...
The value that you actually have come with receipts. when our dad passed away, how many people say that he was a good person and he impacted their life?
Right.
When your dad passed away, how many people say he was a good person? Those are receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Those are receipts. If everybody have the same great things to say about you, you know you're on the right path.
That's right.
If everybody have
Strong.
conflicting things to say about you, something is not right with your
Something
spirit.
ain't right.
Something ain't aligned. And that's when you
right.
see everything come into fruition, is when everything is aligned.
Mm-hmm.
When you are off base or offline, you'll see things start to slow up. You'll see
Yep.
blessings start to slow down. You'll see contact with people who you really love start to slow down. Something is out of alignment.
Exactly.
So, okay, this thing is out of alignment. Now, what do? You have to self-reflect. You have to say, you know what, Cheryl, when I was listening to Bob Proctor every morning, and I was listening to these things every day, and I was getting up and I was working out and I was doing this and I was doing that, I was making 5 figures a month easy.
Yep.
Easy. I can make it in a week easy. But now I'm not working out, and now I'm not reading my books, and now I'm not listening to self-motivation and motivation videos, and I ain't doing it. And now everything out of track, and it's hard for me to even get $1,000 done in a month.
Yep.
Self-evaluation. You have to sit there and say, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Me.
Yeah.
Not you,
Me.
not my kids, not the dog, not the tax man, not the orange felon. Nobody. You. What am I doing wrong in my life that's being counterproductive to what I want? Was making my value go down.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you got to sit there and be like, okay, then. Now that I see this, I used to journal. I'm telling you, all this stuff that
Anything
seems
you
so
can
hard to
think
do
of.
now.
Yeah.
It's just like journal. I ain't got no time for that. Workout. I ain't got no time for that. Eat healthy. I ain't got time for that. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
If you value yourself, you want to be healthy.
It's a reality check.
Yeah.
I used to always tell people all the time, you have reality checks. You know what I mean? Self-reflection or reality checks. When you get that minute and you alone, whether it's in the bathroom, whether it's in the car, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? You have that minute and dang, well, wait a minute. I used to do this, but now I'm doing this. Clearly something is off balance. That DNA is not a factor anymore. Something is wrong.
Yep.
Right.
And then when you realize it, that's when you move in the right direction.
Right.
Either you're going to get back on track or you're going to continue to fail.
Yep.
You're going to continue to struggle. You're going to continue to self-erupt until you can't take it no more. And everybody that comes around you, everybody that's in your circle or a part of you, if you are self-erupting, that's going to pour over onto them. And if they're not strong enough to see it, it's going to cause confusion, confliction, and all of that stuff in your friendship, in a relationship, or whatever ship you may have. Your self-eruption will cause problems. You know what I mean? Chaos in the household. I'm a big factor of that. When I walk in my house, I can't stand tension. And when I feel it, something has to stop immediately. If we got to sit down and have a whole family come to Jesus, if we got to yell and fuss and cuss and I tell you how you feel, I'm giving my kids, y'all got the floor. When I give you the floor, say any and everything that you need to say to me. But understand, if you dish it out, be able to take it. Because I'm going to bite back. And it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? Pull your big girl panties up and let's have a conversation. But, you know, all of those factors are part of life. And again, that self-reflection for you is letting go, letting you, not them, but letting you, you know, letting you come to a point in your life and realize, dang, let me get back on track. Something is off. You know, there's a chemical imbalance somewhere, whether it's in my finances, whether it's in my personal life, whatever the case may be, something is not flowing like it should. You know, especially if you were a multimillionaire and now you can't keep $5 in the bank.
Right.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
There's a problem. You know,
Amen.
we all go through seasons. However, you know, it's whether you're going to continue to dwell in it or you're going to push forward to get out of it. You know, and that's the thing where I'm constantly reflecting on my life. Okay, you know, I've been through this. Now let me get out of it. I have to figure out a way, you know what I mean, to move forward and stay positive.
Yeah.
So how do you push? You hear I'm asking all these questions?
Yeah, so why you don't answer your own question?
Sandra, how do you
Yeah.
how do you push out of it? How do you draw yourself? Because okay, we know when all that is happening, it's a spiral, right? It's you're spiraling downward. Then here comes the depression, the anxiety, and the yada yada yada, whatever. And you have to find a way to stop that spiral and start drawing yourself up.
Correct.
And the question is, how do you do
You
So-
take time and reevaluate. I mean,
Right.
I can say for me, when I had a bad breakup and went through, oh Lord, so much depression. I take my Lexapro. I ain't even gonna lie. I take my Lexapro. However, once you get to a spot where it's like, okay, I have to stop this. You now realize you have to stop it. And now it's the keys to, okay, Lord, help me stop this. I can't lean on Cheryl. I can't lean on Mom. I can't lean on these people because I'm going to pull them down or they don't want to hear it. I can't go to my son if I'm down and out because, after a while, it becomes like that fly that you can't get rid of. And either you're going to get up and get it together or you're going to leave me alone. What's the saying the old folks are? Shit or get off the pot. And you just have to, you have to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. It's uncomfortable. It's hard, but I got to do it.
What you say? How do you get up and get out and get something?
I had to come up with a plan. And my plan was 20 minutes, 8 times a day. All my day, when it runs together all the time, you can't find, before you turn around, it's already 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. What time is it? 4 o'clock now. Whatever. It runs fast. But when you slow it down, it's like, nope, I'm going to take control. And this is all I'm looking for is 20 minutes.
Yep.
That's it. You scroll on TikTok or whoever way longer than 20 minutes.
Sunday.
I'm going to find 20 minutes. And then I'm going to congratulate myself. I'm going to reward myself for being able to do that for me. And I get 20 minutes 8 times a day from giving up 10% of my day back to myself or to God. That's it.
That's awesome.
And that's my tithe to myself.
That's awesome.
Because out of 24 hours, you need what? 2 hours 40 minutes. That's 10. That's 10%, right? You break that down however you want to. For me, 8 times a day was my breakdown. 8 times is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm giving myself that 20 minutes. It don't matter if it's journaling, reading my Bible, doing some sit-ups and push-ups and stretching.
She's not doing no sit-ups and push-ups and stretching.
You don't know
I'm just telling y'all right now, she's not.
No,
I do, because anytime you do, you'll come, Cheryl, you want to do some push-ups real quick? You want to do some sit-ups real quick?
I've been working.
Look.
I'm just saying.
I've been working.
That was a disclaimer. Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm trying to blow up my spot. But it's that. And you might not get your whole 8 in that day.
Right.
But you got in 3, and that was 3 more than you got in yesterday.
Yeah.
So you need to congratulate yourself for that.
Exactly.
And then you keep going forward. Like, all right, I did my 20 squats.
There you go.
When?
Don't ask me when.
Okay.
Just know that it was done. And little things like whatever it is. I read this book in the Bible, and it was fascinating. And I didn't even realize, because you get bits and pieces, but you never went through the whole
You never
the whole
go through
book.
the whole thing.
So you're like, oh, okay, it's little anything. I cleaned this, I gut out my closet. Now, granted, my closet's not on 20 minutes.
I like
but
that.
It's
I like
it's
that.
giving you something.
I mean, and that's something that you can now write an ebook on now. 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes. I mean, just you have 8 hours of work. You know what I mean? We spend more time at someone's job doing something for someone else, even if you're an entrepreneur. You're doing something for your business. But you spend more hours.
Not if you're racing snails.
Oh. That's a whole nother topic we will discuss later, that she is now going to become a certified
Professional snail racer.
Snail racer. Y'all pray
There got to
for
be
us.
money in there somewhere.
Y'all pray for
this
us.
guy made $2 million on YouTube
Golly.
racing snails, and another guy made $7 million racing marbles.
Was they in Australia somewhere or
I don't know
somewhere?
where they was at, honey. They could have
crazy?
been lying. I don't know, but it's just like, you know what? When you look it up, it's actually on YouTube.
Anything and everything's
Wow.
on YouTube, but I can't imagine racing your. What if your snail do snail? I don't know.
It is.
How do you get them to
Slime.
move?
Oh, it's like this little food particle. I don't know if it's sugar or what, but whatever the food particle is, they draw a line and they eat it, and they
That's
go to the
disgusting.
end. It's
I
snails.
don't. That's disgusting.
Okay.
It made them some money.
Creatures, but I guess.
It made 'em some money.
But no, I mean, I think that's awesome. That 20 minutes a day, and that's something that I think I can implement
And then for those who are like, I don't have time, then you get up 20 minutes early.
That's right. You
It's
have
not
to
gonna hurt you.
sacrifice.
You have to do something.
Joyce
You have
Myers used to
invest.
always say that.
My thing is not even sacrificing. You have to invest in you. If you
You
want
do.
everybody else to invest in you and you ain't investing in yourself, what's really going on?
You
You
do.
only invest in yourself when you're valuable. People only want to invest in valuable stocks. People don't want to invest in
Yeah.
boo-boo stocks.
There we
Yeah.
go.
They want to invest in, nice cars and nice clothes and nice things. You don't want to sit here. Even if you go to the thrift store, you're not picking up the dirty, dingy, holy stuff.
Right.
You're picking up the stuff that you feel have value. You pick up something that will add value to your life. You know what I mean? Regardless of what that is. So that's why I say that number one thing will always go back to value. If I don't feel like I'm worthy of waking up or worthy or deserve 20 minutes or deserve, to get out of this rut or what, because some people, listen, some people function in dysfunction.
They do.
That's their best self.
Yep.
Is to be a dysfunctional person and to bring that cloud over to you.
Organized
So some people
chaos.
love it. You know what I mean? They love bringing other people down.
Mhm.
But when you're a valuable person, like, baby, you can't even get close to me.
That's right.
Like we said the other night, I'm a magnet.
Yep. People are attracted to our aura.
I attract what I need to attract, and I repel what I need to repel.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. And people like, well, why you always? People always like when we went the other night, we didn't have to pay for nothing.
Nothing
To be
at all.
honest, we didn't have to pay for anything.
Nothing
So
at
it was
all.
just like, you step into an establishment, you meet somebody, and they were like, oh, I got your food and your drinks. Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank you if you're watching. We appreciate that. But that happens all the time. You know what I mean? And it's because of your energy. I live in positivity. I live with
right.
an attitude of gratitude. I was telling her that this morning. I make it my life mission to make lemonade out of lemons.
Yep. All day, every day.
Every time, every situation, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Even when our parents passed away, it's just like it's something good that comes through it. Now I have an angel. Now I have a seat next to my daddy in heaven. I make these scenarios in my head to make me cope with things better. Because it'll be quick for me. I can sit in the bed for 5 days and cry. Yeah, that's easy. You hear me?
Easy.
That's easy. The hard part is going against that.
That's
But
right.
I'm grateful for it. You know what I mean? So I said, on my Facebook, I went live and I was just like, yeah, I've been married and divorced 3 times successfully. You notice I always say successfully at the end of it.
Yes, because you don't regret none of it.
I don't.
It was a lesson learned in
That's
life.
it. I learned from
You know?
each marriage. I've grown from each marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I have good and I have times that I learned in each marriage. I don't want to say no bad times or whatever.
Right.
I have great relationships with all my exes except the first one, and that's just because of a lack of communication. It ain't no hate or nothing like that. I just don't talk to him. He don't talk to me. Sometimes you gotta let them people go. You don't have to talk to everybody. Let's get
Exactly.
this straight now.
Exactly.
So, like I said, like those valuable stocks, everybody can't afford to invest in it. Everybody can't afford to be a part of your life when you have value. So y'all have to keep that at the top of your mind. When you start thinking like that, I don't mean to sound cliche, but when you think I am the prize, I do add value to people. I do go into people's life, and they when I leave their lives, they're better.
They're better.
Every single time. They might be bitter.
But they're better.
They mad because they no longer have access to you the way they did before,
Exactly.
but they learned something from you. You know what I mean? They've grown because you entered their life.
Exactly.
So at that point in time, goodbye, Mr. Postman,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to go find my my other happy person or whatever who's gonna add to my happiness. So value. That's gonna be my answer. Final answer. For step number 1 is value. The way that I get out of it, I'm a valuable person, and I deserve X, Y, Z, whatever's on the other side. I can't get it sitting here moping and cussing people out and being mean and all that. I can't get it that way. I have to transform something to get to the other side.
Every
I
day is a
deserve
new
what's on
day.
the other side.
Every day
See
is
what I'm
a new
saying?
day.
Every day is definitely a new day. Every hour is a new hour. Every minute is a
Every
new
new
minute.
and you can't get them. I heard EJ, the hip hop preacher, EJ Thomas say, there is 24 hours in a day.
E.T.?
Yeah, E.T. Thomas.
Okay. Eric. E.T.
Eric,
Thomas.
Eric,
Mhm.
yes,
Eric Thomas.
the hip hop preacher, yeah.
Yeah.
He said there's 24 hours in a day. I don't care if it's Oprah Winfrey. I don't care if it's Bill Gates. I don't care who it may be. They got the same 24 hours that we have.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have an extra special 24 hours because they, have money or they have fame or wealth. They got 24 hours. So they're going to make the best of it. And their goal is to always try to make better, do better, and that if that's your goal, then you're going to have to think better. Okay, I wake up in the morning, I'm not going to lay here and complain. You know, I'm not going to grab my phone and start scrolling. I'm going to take them 20 minutes because I am valuable, and I'm going to focus and say 20 affirmations. You know, I'm going to do that for me. And then I'll get up and proceed to do what I need to do for the day. But I've started my day with a change. You know, and I've set that change for those first 24 hours in that day, and I'll never get it back. So I'm going to make it worth something. Because then if the phone rings and someone calls you, then you've already set your mindset onto something positive. And it's like, okay, listen, I got a problem. Oh, hey. What we not going to do. What we not going to do. And you can change the whole mind perception of a person by just speaking positive, by just motivating them to do what they need to do because of your value. And then that shows that, dang, look, I am important. I'm important to me. So therefore that value is implemented with your 20 minutes a day. You see.
And sometimes it's people who are new to this. It's people that grow up in an environment of nothing but negativity. Wake up in the morning, there's yelling. You go to bed at night, there's yelling. It's people calling you all kind of names and all kind of stuff like that. But you have to get into your little bubble, get in your little world. And even if you do get up and you do the first thing you scroll to something positive. Be intentional and find something positive and say, you know what? I do need affirmations. Let me put in TikTok 20 affirmations. Something's going to pop up. Let me go to YouTube and look up how to start my day positively, or let me look up X, Y, and Z, or motivational this, or whatever. Be intentional about the way you start your day. Be intentional about the way you end your day, and be intentional the way you act throughout your day.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of times, because I be in traffic. Y'all already know how I'm in traffic, and baby, I be cussing these people out.
I don't understand how she drive, y'all. On two wheels.
Yeah, at all times.
4 wheels, but 2 wheels
on
at all times.
On the 2 make contact.
Dukes of Hazzard.
You know why? It's because I know traffic is my downfall, so I be trying to get up out of it as fast as I can. Because I know if I stay in traffic long enough, somebody gonna piss me off. And then I gotta reset the button. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of resetting the button sometimes. So I'll be like, all right. And sometimes I do be good. Sometimes I just be chilling.
Disclaimer, no, she's never good.
No, I do.
Disclaimer, no,
I do.
She's never good.
Especially if I'm riding to Orlando, I just be chilling. I don't listen to nothing. I just be taking in time and just not be chilling. Somebody will cut me off and piss me off, but I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Because then I think about they prevented me from something happening. The police could have been up there. And next thing you know, I see they got a ticket on the side of the road. And I'm like, yep. Or something done happened to somebody. One time a car was flipped over. He'd had cut me off real good. I said, oh,
and you think about things like that.
Okay. A semi-truck cut him off. He flipped over in the ditch. So I was just like, that could have been me. You know, so sometimes it's good. I told you I'd be good sometimes, but sometimes it don't. So I just be trying to get out of traffic as fast as possible. That's all.
But that's true, too. I mean, people take those arguments and those small bits and pieces that you go throughout your day. Somebody aggravates you. You at work and your boss, something happened and it's chaos. But you really got to take a minute and think, okay, this prevented me from doing this, or you know what I mean, this held me back. Wait a minute. Oh, there's always a lesson to be learned in any and everything that happens throughout your day. You have to be able to take account for that and slow down. And slow down and listen.
I just think that's called the burnt toast effect. They be coming up with all these kind of names, child. They really do.
The burnt toast?
Yeah, you were making breakfast and you burnt the toast and you had to make some more that held you back from anything that could have happened that day, like you get in an accident or whatever.
Gotcha.
So just because those 2 minutes of you making more toast.
And the pastor will always preach about that. You know what I mean? The light will turn red. It prevented you. It wasn't necessarily the devil, because people be so quick to say, oh, the devil held me. The devil held me back. It wasn't the devil. It could have been them angels that made the light turn red to prevent you from
going through, because somebody was running the other light.
Exactly. So see, so you always take our first instinct as humans is to think negative. You know what I mean? That's our first instinct. And then it takes 7 seconds? 7 seconds to change a thought. So, okay, the first 2 seconds, oh man, dadgummit, now this. Wait a minute. Slow down. You know what I mean?
Correct it.
Let me fix that and turn it into something positive, so that way you now have elevated. You know, you've said, oh, okay, this is a little bit better. This is this. You think with a different set of eyes.
Yeah.
You know.
And I told my oldest daughter this long time ago. She probably don't even remember. But because she was like, why is it so easy? Because you just said it's easy to think negative. That's human nature. And she was just like, well, why is it so easy to think that way? I said, you know how easy it is to drop something versus pick something up? She was just like, huh? I said, if you drop something, it's super easy. When this negative thoughts, you're losing. Whatever it is, it's a loss. The way you think, the way you feel, you never go into a negative situation feeling better. Ever.
Right.
So it's always a loss. It's always a negative. I say, so if you drop something, it's easy. But if you have to pick something up, which is the positive part, which is a lot harder to do and think of, when you have to bend down, all the motions that have to go into your body just to exert energy, just to pick something up that you drop, is way more work. I say you have to think of it like that. It's very simple. It's easy to do, but it's more work.
Saved versus unsaved.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Carnality versus non-carnality. When you truly get saved, you see from a different set of eyes. You know what I mean? God gives you that wisdom. So now when you wake up the next day, you're like, dang, okay, it's easy for the dope man to make all the money and I got to go to work, and you know, that's the big thing. But you see through a different set of eyes because now you're trying to live right. And it's always going to be a challenge because you have to now make the better choice.
Yep.
You know, so again, that's the positive versus negative thinking. You know,
so we done got all off the topic, but it
was all still part of let them.
It was still good.
You know,
it was still good.
Always good.
Anything else you got to say, Dr. Sandra?
I'll set my piece. Do my 20 minutes.
So value.
This is your 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes.
Ooh, 37 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Well, now you got to cut out about 11 minutes in the front. But yeah.
So value, 20 minutes, positive thinking, and let them. Let them.
Ooh,
Let
some
whoever,
homework,
whatever,
y'all. Got some
however.
homework.
Just let it.
Trust me.
happen.
It might be hard to let them go, but it's easy.
It's very
It's easy. Trust me.
It gets
Trust me.
easier.
It gets easier. The more you get to
the
do
same
it.
thing like fasting. That first 3 days,
It's
gonna
hard.
take you up through there. It's gonna take you up through there.
Lord.
I know full Daniel's fast.
The
Absolutely.
first 3
not.
days. Oh, yeah.
Take you up through there.
But it's worth it in the
But
end.
it's worth it. Because
I
your
get
body's
that.
like,
I'm just agreeing for y'all because I ain't made it that far.
man, that first time, that time that me and you and mommy supposed to do one, and that first 3 days, nobody talked to me because
That's right.
straight attitude. I was angry at everything. I was snapping. I'm like, why am I snapping?
Because you're hungry.
Because I'm withdrawn from me.
Exactly.
Not just that, I'm withdrawn from me. I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. That
Yeah.
withdrawal.
It's
like,
crazy how your body chemically functions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love healthcare. So it's crazy to physically watch how your body can pull away from
Withdraw.
stuff
Oh my
and withdraw and then attract. You know, and to see that is like, wow, this is really happening. Oh my gosh, what?
And when I went back to eating, especially when I went back to trying to eat meat,
You have to be very
oh
careful.
my gosh, I was so sick.
I learned that when I came off of a fast. Man, everybody, and that was back in the day when Quincy's was there. Man, they was like, oh, we finna go to Quincy's, and the pastor said, be careful. You grab them grits and bacon if you want to.
Ooh.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I saw I'll get my little fruit, cut my little piece of watermelon and cantaloupe up, and I'm going to chew on that, you know, because if ain't nothing on your stomach,
And they've been in there for a minute.
honey,
Your body has reset itself, and then as soon as you put those toxins and chemicals in
Yep.
there, it's going haywire.
it's
short
like,
circuit.
regurgitate everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
All right, then. Well, we done. If you want my ebook, it'll be in the link below or somewhere around this video. And I have a bunch of ebooks about affirmations, positive mindset, positive thinking, how to make money with digital products, all of that good stuff. So y'all don't have to be broke in 2025. Y'all have the right mindset so y'all can keep what y'all actually make.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So if that is it, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can always email me at sociallycheryl@gmail.com. And I will see y'all later, I guess. Bye.